Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Alright, this is Understanding Cosmetics Active 101. I call it Understanding Cosmetics Active 101 because of course there will be subsequent videos where we'll talk about other active. But for this particular videos, we'll be focusing on our lightening and whitening powders. There are different cosmetic active ingredients in a particular product. Active ingredient that goes into our cosmetics and skincare products. What are these active ingredients? What are their usage rates? What are the solubility of this ingredient? Do you know them? Are you a skincare formulator and all you do is just mix ingredient in different usage rates, mix them as you want, and that's it? Your product is ready for sale or ready for use? No, there are usage rate for every one of these ingredient. Now, our active ingredient, our cosmetic active, we have the category of lighteners, we have the AHA and the BHAs, we have our antioxidant, we have our preservative, we have humectant, we have essential oils, we have solubilizers, we have emulsifiers. All these are functional actives and they have their properties and their usage rate. So as a skincare formulator, it's a must, you must know their usage rate and their properties. Okay, so in these videos we'll be focusing on the lighteners. We will be focusing on lightening powders, whitening powders, and their properties, their usage rate, and their solubility. Okay, now skin lighteners or whiteners are most time used interchangeably. Some people call it bleaching as well. The term lightening, whitening, and bleaching are often used interchangeably. Skin bleaching is a term that was popular in the 80s than it is today. Now what we call it is skin lightening, skin whitening, but in the 80s it was known as skin bleaching. Okay, and it's essentially the same thing as skin whitening. The difference in skin lightening and whitening is largely based on the degree with which melanin production is reduced. Okay, so whether you want to call it skin lightening or skin whitening, there's not much difference. Skin lightening basically is used when the method is more gradual and the effect is less obvious. That's what we call it, skin lightening. Okay, the method is more gradual and the effect is less obvious. But when it comes to skin whitening is used to describe a more aggressive techniques and it's usually very, very obvious. Okay, however, there's also what we call skin brightening. That's a bright skin, a light skin, and a white skin. We have skin lightening, skin whitening, and skin brightening. Skin brightening is an entirely different concept. For example, a brightened skin is typically described as looking fresher and more vibrant, while a lightened skin or a lightened face is more likely described as looking shades lighter. Do you get it? So that's it. Regardless of whether a product is labeled lightening or brightening, it is very, very important to pay attention to its list of ingredients. This is a better indication of what the product is likely to do for your skin. So ingredients in your product you have to pay attention to. If you are going for a lightening product, you should know what ingredient to look at for. If you are going for a whitening product, you should know what ingredient to look at for in that product. If you are going for an acne product, something to work on your acne, you should know what active ingredient to look at for. If possible, some producers put the percentage of such ingredient that you should also look at for them. Okay, if you are going for a stretch mark product, you should know what ingredient to look at for. So these are things you should know and pay attention to. Whether as a skincare formulator or as an end user, you should know your ingredient to look at for. Ingredients, for example, like hydroquinone and ammoniated mercury, commonly found in lightening products, have been shown to harm the skin with prolonged use. So you should know these ingredients, identify them, and if possible, know the ones to avoid. Okay? That's why most producers will state clearly on their product that this lightening product has 2% hydroquinone. Now we'll get to percentage. We'll get to that stage where you understand why it is stated 2% and how to check and calculate your 2%. Skin brightening is achieved with ingredients such as alpha and beta hydroxy acids, with vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, that helps the skin to naturally shed dead skin cells. Other skin brightening ingredients may include natural extract and antioxidant such as licorice and all of that. Now, since this video focuses on our lightening and whitening powders, we won't be talking about brightening powders. We're looking at the lightening powders. So examples of lightening powders or whitening powders to look at for. Remember, I said the difference between lightening and whitening is that whitening, if you want to make a lightening product, for example, we said lightening, it's not usually obvious and the process is gradual. So that means if you are supposed to use 2% in whitening product, 2% of whitening powders in your whitening product, when making a lightening product, you reduce it. You reduce the percentage of the whitening powder. So for example, our lighteners are alpha arbutin. Alpha arbutin powder is an excellent skin lightener. Of course, there's a serum too. So I'm looking at the ingredient. Alpha arbutin is a super excellent skin lightener used in place of hydroquinone. Remember, we said hydroquinone causes damage to the skin, especially with prolonged use. So instead of going for hydroquinone based product, why not make alpha arbutin a substitute? It's much better. Okay, and alpha arbutin powder is water soluble. Remember, I said this video is going to talk about your lightening powders, their percentage, that's the usage rate, and the solubility. Solubility means how it can be dissolved. Is it water soluble? Can it be dissolved with water or oil or glycerin or what is the best way to dissolve it? Now, the best way to dissolve your alpha arbutin powder is to use distilled water. Now, it says water soluble. It's advisable to use distilled water, not just your regular tap water. Okay. Now, if you check my previous video, you'll see where I showed you how to dissolve your powders. Okay, so that same method is what you should use here in dissolving your alpha arbutin powder. Do a double boiler, add little water to your alpha arbutin powder and dissolve it. Now, the usage rate for alpha arbutin powder is 0.2 to 2%. By this will mean it's not advisable to exceed 2%. If you are going to use alpha arbutin powder in your production, do not exceed 2%. If it's a lightening product, you can use 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 1%, 1.1, at most 2%. If it's lightening, you increase the percentage. If it's lightening powder, you increase the percentage. So that is it. Now, to calculate this percentage, all you have to do, for example, if you are using 2%, it should be 2 divided by 100. 2 divided by 100 will give you 0.02. Now, if you are using 200 ml, what you want to produce is 200 ml or 100 ml or 300 ml or 150 ml. All you have to do is multiply what you get by that ml. So if I say 2% then what you should do is if you're using 2% of alpha arbutin powder for 500 ml lotion you want to produce, or you want to make 200 ml, then what you should do is 2 divided by 100 times 200. That will give you 4. So what you should use is 4 grams of powder. Dissolve 4 grams of powder for the production of your 200 ml lotion. Okay, so that is all about that. Now, Kojic dip, it's a more stable form of kojic acid. So instead of using kojic acid, sometimes it's advisable to use your Kojic dip. Kojic dip is a good whitening powder. It helps to eliminate dark spots and uneven skin tone. The usage rate for Kojic dip is 3 to 5%. 3 to 5%. So you can use 3%, you can use 4%, 4.1, 4.2, whatever. The highest maximum should be 5%, and it is oil soluble. That means you cannot dissolve this with water. Instead, it's advisable you use oil for it. Now we have GIGAWHITE. GIGAWHITE is a good lightener or whitener. Remember I said the only difference is the degree of the usage rate. So if they say usage rate of GIGAWHITE powder is 3 to 5%, it means if you are doing a lightening cream, use 3% or 4%. If you are doing a whitening cream, then you can use 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, whatever, to 5%. And the usage rate for this is 3 to 5% for GIGAWHITE. Excellent skin lightener developed from Arbutin plant, and it is water soluble. Another good lightener we have here is Sepiwhite. Sepiwhite powder is a skin lightener with enhanced effect when used with AHAs or SYMWHITE. Usage rate is 0.2 to 2%, and it is oil soluble. Another nice powder here is SYMWHITE. It's a highly effective skin lightener and antioxidant. Usage rate is 1 to 2%, and it is oil soluble. Now we have our glutathione. This is a good whitening powder. It helps to clear the body of free radicals that causes hyperpigmentation. It also has a quick lightening effect on the skin. A quick lightening effect on the skin. It's a very good one. The usage rate for this is 0.5 to 2%, and it is water soluble. Okay, now we have our kojic acid. Kojic acid is a good skin lightener and can gradually enhance the skin tone. Has tendencies to oxidize over time. The usage rate is 1 to 3%, and it is water soluble. We also have mulberry extract. This is a very good one too, and can lighten and even out the skin tone. Can be combined with licorice, alpha arbutin, etc. for excellent results. Usage rate is 1 to 10%, and it is water soluble. You see, these lighteners that some are water soluble, some are oil soluble, they are all skin lighteners. So when making your lightening or whitening product, for example, if you are making oil, doing oil infusion, it's advisable to use those lighteners that are oil soluble. You don't want to get water into them, right? So it's advisable you make your choice based on the ones that are oil soluble. When doing your lotion and all of that here, you can either use oil soluble lighteners or water soluble, whichever one you want. We have our licorice. Licorice suits irritated skin and has mild lightening properties. This one, of course, is very good when making your sunburn cream, acne product, or whatever. You can use these ones that are really mild on the skin. Usage rate is 4 to 10%, and it is water soluble. So that's it. We also have our TRANEXAMIC acid. It helps to reduce redness, dark spot, and discoloration. This one is very good for your sunburn cream, spot cream. This one is very good, and the usage rate is 0.2, 0.5 to 2%, and it is water soluble. So when making spot cream like this and there are whitening products to use, what you should do is use them in a very low usage rate. If it's something of 0.5 to 2%, then what you should use is 0.5, most 1%. We also have resveratrol. It's an excellent skin whitener, more potent than L-ascorbic acid and Kojic acid. The usage rate is 1% and it is water soluble. So that's all about our skin lighteners. You should understand this whitening powder, the properties, solubility. Okay, so I think that's all about that. If you have any question, please share in the comment section below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Subsequent videos will talk about our AHAs and our BHA, preservative, humectants, antioxidants, emulsifiers. Those will come in subsequent videos. If you want to know how to dissolve your powders, please check our previous upload. I did a video on how to dissolve your powders. So that's all about this. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to click the like button and share with your friends. Please subscribe and be part of this big family. See you in my next video. Bye.